This October, Northology Adventures invites you to a new event, Overland the Red. Base camp is in the Red River Gorge, the heart of the Daniel Boone National Forest in Kentucky. Enjoy all the outdoor activities this area has to offer during Appalachia's peak fall colors. Go off-road touring on the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway, or really challenge your skills in Hollerwood Off-Road Park. Hike to one of 150 sandstone arches. Try climbing, canoeing, ziplining, underground kayaking. There's also amazing local dining, all within minutes of our base camp, which has 1,700 acres of ADV and mountain bike trails. And after a packed day in the red, meet back at base camp for vendors, giveaways, and a bonfire. Overland the Red, October 20th through 23rd.
Hey everybody, welcome to the All Over Overland Show. My name is Michael, and we are minus Ali. Honestly, I don't really know what he's doing. I don't know where he's at. I don't know what he's up to. He was telling me that he was going to be driving, and he wasn't sure about his connection and all of that type of stuff. Hyde's Overland Adventures. Good evening. I hope you're doing well. We got 62 guns and ammo. How are you? We got Skip. Hey, Skip, how is your wife doing? We're going to need an update. Hope she's doing well. I'm feeling much better. I get a cough every once in a while, and it kind of drives me crazy, but overall, everything's going pretty good. So I say that I start coughing. We got a lot we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about Yellowstone, what's been going on. That's kind of late breaking news kind of stuff. Most of us probably are aware of the situation. There's flooding. It's crazy. They've evacuated. They have closed the park. So we're going to get into some of that. I've got a buddy that lives up that way. So he's got some information that he sent me. But before that, I've got to give a little shout out to Sarah. Sarah, my girlfriend, and I on the 13th had been dating for a year. Our first date was a year ago on the 13th. And she's awesome. She's amazing. Love her to death. So lucky to be able to hang out with her. She got me something for our 1 year that has blown my mind. It is super cool. She got me an axe. Yeah. So, like one of our first dates was axe throwing. So she got me an axe. This thing, I'm going to just tell you about it real quickly. But check that thing out. I mean, brah. But that's not even the coolest thing. The coolest thing is it's like a multi-tool almost. So it's like a survival axe. And it has a knife inside the handle. It has a compass on the bottom. It has a, like the striker to start a fire. It has, you can put the sharpening stone in there. It's just really, really cool. And she blew me away with that. So I appreciate it. Thank you. 1 year. Many, many more. And we're going to be going on adventures and having all kinds of fun. So, yeah. Anyway, so that was that I needed to do that because, the boyfriend thing in me. But let's see. I've got a few notes here that I'm kind of going to try to go over. But, the big thing right now is Yellowstone. The flooding is insane. I was talking to Ryan Rhodes, who's a good friend of mine, who's living up there. His wife works at airport that they're flying supplies into. And he was telling me that like tons of bridges just out, and cities have been, towns, I hate to nitpick, but have been just wiped off the map. Like they're washed away. The majority of a lot of those cities caught in the middle of it will be wiped away. He said it's probably displaced. They're estimating right now 10,000 people. Amazing. I haven't heard any injuries or deaths or anything like that. Thankful for that. But with that large of an area and that number of people being evacuated, and then the decision to close the park. So they closed the park and had to get everybody out, and they weren't accepting anybody into the park. So everybody was just leaving. And I think there's a lot of reasons. The roads were just going away because of rain. And then the roads close to rivers were being washed away from the rivers. If you haven't seen the video, go and check out the video. All you got to do is, when you're in YouTube, put Yellowstone flooding news, and you'll come up with a ton of videos that you can watch and articles. We'll kind of talk about some of those as we go along the show, but they show a helicopter view, and the view is just following one of the roads, and it was two big-ish towns, and they said that may be closing indefinitely. Like there's so many washouts when you watch the video. There's so many, and I'm talking not half of the road. I'm talking all the way across. All the way across the road is gone. Basketball court size sections just taken out, and longer in many cases. But the helicopter follows that road, and it keeps shining on it, and yeah, there's just a lot of places that are gone. So things that, if you're traveling, things to think about right now, is, if you're going to Yellowstone, it's probably going to be closed. I mean, they don't really know. I've heard some people say, it may be open as early as tomorrow morning, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I mean, they've kind of said that once the water starts going down, they're going to open the park back up. But here's the problem: they've got rain going on north where the river is, and they have snow, and they've got crazy amounts of snow. And I'm reading some of the things now. Crazy amounts of snow, and that's going to melt. And I think the scarier thing, on top of just the snow and the rain that's coming, is that not only is that snow going to come, but they're predicting 70-degree weather after the snow dumps. So the snow's going to dump, and then like the next day or so, it's going to get up to like 70. And so that means there's going to be a fast melt in the mountains, which means, where's that water going? That water's going all to the same places. So yeah. Pain is being managed. She's getting around good. Thanks. Okay, good. Yeah, surgery's not ever any fun. Hey, Ryan, what's up, man? Kent, glad to see you. Saw the video that you shared earlier of the bridge being washed away. I mean, I don't know what side they were on, but you're on the wrong, like somebody's on the wrong side of that bridge. Whether it's all their stuff is over there, or it's that they're isolated in a spot and they don't have stuff. Or you do have your stuff, but it's only going to last so long. So our vacation plans, yeah, I get that. I'm going to Mount Rushmore. Yep, Ryan, there's the guy I was telling you about that lives up that way, that send me a bunch of stuff that I'm going to talk about and have been talking about. But he's right in the middle of it, and he said it's pretty crazy. The other thing is the water's going to get contaminated. I mean, think of all the sewage systems, think of all the gas pumps, and all of just the stuff that contaminate the water. We're talking about crazy amounts of flooding that water contamination is going to happen. Just what scale is that going to happen remains to be seen. So we'll see what happens with that. The other thing that I was wondering, and this is just dumbass me, so let's just take it for dumbass me. Boil notice for all counties. So if you're up in that area, if you're camping, I mean, whatever you're doing. Wow. Okay. Yep, water was going to be a problem, the contamination part. Um, Here's the thing that I haven't heard yet, and the scariest thing I think of all of it is this water. Do we have enough water that it's going? And I'm not real sure of the route. So again, this is dumb me. But how much cold water can the super volcano take before it pops? Yeah, think about that for a second. What happens when Old Faithful gets full of cold water? Like, that's how much water they're talking about. But I mean, I don't know if it's even close to those places. But what if it happens? What happens when, I mean, I was watching a bunch of volcano stuff this summer, and they said one of the bad things, one of the things that causes the big explosion is when that lava and that hot gets to that cold water, and then it blows up. And not just, I mean, we're talking mini nuclear bomb blows up. So again, I don't know where the water's going. I probably should, but I don't. Lee's not with me. Lee's the one that's supposed to be checking all of that stuff out. And he's just not here. So the super volcano is Yellowstone Lake for the most part. Yeah, but that water's warm, right? I mean, I'm sounding dumb now because I'm just not sure. But like all the cracks that lead to it, because there's cracks everywhere, and then all the geysers, they fill up, and it's flowing to the north of that. Okay. Is he telling me what I want to hear? Yes, it's warm. So it's flowing to the north of that. Is there any chance that it's coming down? I love having chat. Okay, so you guys, here's what's going on. So Ryan is saying super volcano is Yellowstone Lake for the most part, and is flowing to the north of that. Yes, it's warm. So just kind of to catch up on that. No way Yellowstone, because the Yellowstone Lake is 40 degrees cold directly about volcano. Anyway. Well, anyway, it's going to pop at some point, and it's probably going to be big. And I mean, we don't need things to make that go any better. So most of the cold water is not going to the Yellowstone Lake. Okay. See, that's what I need to know. Above. Got it. See, I'm a dummy. But you think about that. Let's say that it was. That'd be bad. I think that'd be real bad. Bunch of cold water get in there. Anyway, that's my thoughts anyway. Yeah, a pop is not a good thing. Everybody, it's time to take a shot. Of course, I'm drinking oil fire whiskey. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. I try to venture out and do something else, but I just come back. I was at a work conference in Houston, and obviously they didn't have any oil fire. So I had to drink the bullshit that they had, and it just I've been spoiled. Oil fire is really good stuff. So yeah, Ryan said, yeah, that pop's not a good thing. So the thing is, if you're heading that direction, obviously what day you plan on being there, people are going to try to get back in that were kicked out, try to get extra days. They're going to try to do all that stuff. The parks around that area and the camping areas around that area that of are going to be packed. They're just going to be packed. So if there's camping areas that people are flooding to right now, pardon the pun, so those camping places are going to get overrun. Dispersed camping is going to be probably harder to find, just because the amount of people that are being kicked out of Yellowstone. Now, granted, a lot of those people are going to be probably RVers and stuff like that wouldn't normally camp where we do. But let's say somebody was on the verge of being overlander, and we're getting kicked out or sold their camping spot to somebody else for X amount of money, they're going to start heading up. And so you might just pay attention to some people out there. If you are out there right now or going to be out there, there might be a lot of people that just are underprepared. Let's just put it that way. So keep your eyes out. Right. Trace for you tonight. Gotcha. What's going on? I just want to go somewhere colder than 75. No joke, dude. How was I didn't even talk about it. How was Big Iron? I did not get to go. I had to go to work, like I told you guys. But I've seen some pictures. Pictures look like it was pretty fun. Looks like it was a good time. For those that you don't know, Big Iron Overland Rally is in West Mineral, Kansas at the Big Brutus. It's a music festival. It lasts the whole weekend. It was just this last weekend. I emceed it the year before. Wasn't going to be able to make it this year. Chad said it was awesome. Of course it was. And you got to drink this time. Last year, he didn't get to drink. But anyway, I was really disappointed that I missed that. That is a blast. It's one of my favorite events to go to. I love music. Loved just everything about it. The Big Brutus is an amazing piece of machinery. If you get that way, go check it out. There's places to camp around there and stuff like that. Oh, here we go. If you're headed up in that way, write this information down. Kent Reynolds can get people some dispersed campsites outside of the park, so he can tell you where to go. Email him at kent at overlandbound.com, and he will get you in some directions of dispersed camping around the park, because it's going to be a problem. There's a lot of people that are going to be pissed because they've just spent $5 a gallon for gas plan this trip, and then get there and are being told, you need to leave now. You can't come in here. So can you, for those of us that are sitting home like myself now, Lee's out on the road and I have no idea where he's at. That's where I'm saying, like, I don't even know what state he's in. I have no clue. No clue. So I don't know if he's in the middle of it. I doubt it. But anyway, can you imagine driving your RV that already gets, I mean, face it, our trucks don't do any better. You know, already gets 8, 9, 10 miles per gallon, probably. And doing a trip, you know, halfway across the United States to get there. And you get there and they're like, sorry, we're not letting anybody else in. In fact, everybody's getting kicked out. So you're not going to be able to find a spot because these people have known this was coming for days and have already made arrangements for the other places around here. I'd be pissed. I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad that I'd vote Republican. I probably will vote Republican. I mean, I don't know why I even said probably. Some of those same people are paying upwards to $4,500 to get a helicopter ride out of Gardner. Am I saying that right, Gardner? See? Wow. Just craziness. Let's see. This is about Big Ben. Yeah, I think Ben. Oh, no, it didn't. I think Ben and Brandy have found out that, about the camping. Yeah. Drove the RV out there. Yep. Park is. You know, I was thinking about that movie whenever I was talking about the gas prices and going there. That's exactly what I was thinking. And I couldn't remember. I just forgot about that part in the movie. But yeah, sorry, folks. Park's closed, folks. Sorry. Park's closed, folks. I love John Candy. So craziness, man. I mean, the weather's going crazy. It's super, super duper hot here. Like, you don't want to go camping here because it's so freaking hot, and it's not getting any better. Um, no RVs are coming out if they don't get washed away. They're staying there till they reopen. Oh, I guess that's to keep the traffic jam down. They just have buses go pick them up, I'm guessing. So where are those people going? Churches and stuff like that. Buddy of mine is there, and I'm a little envious. Of course you are, troublemaker. Of course you are. No roads. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was telling you. Like, I was telling everybody, there's a helicopter view if you go and, just like I said, Google Yellowstone flooding news. There's a drone that flies over, and it multiple places in one of the main arteries to get, from the two towns is many places are washed out. Like, I have no idea. They're going to have to fix all the roads that are just washed out because of the rain, and then fix the bridges. I mean, obviously they'll do it in the order that it comes to them at, but it's not just fixing the bridges. So I mean, I know that we've said, and we've watched all this great video of that bridge getting washed away. That video was amazing, and the guy missed it by like half a fraction of a second, but we saw what happened. We knew what was about to happen. And there's roads. Just the ground is gone. It was already beside a cliff or a mountain. It like, they're saying there's roads that may never be rebuilt. Does that mean that we get to go and still play on them? Probably not. Probably not. It's going to change the face of some of these places that, like, if you're somebody that has the fortune to get to go often to Yellowstone, and I say that, I mean, if you're fighting the crowds, like that whole, I haven't been, but I hear it's annoying as hell. But if you've gone and then you decide to go after this, there's places going to look different, that's a lot of water that was going through there, and they're wiping away houses. Looks like that 2-story house that we saw is probably a cabin of some kind. It had two on the side that we saw. It had 2 outside doors on the bottom and 2 outside doors on the second floor. And of course, as it fell, it pushed away the stairs that were leading up to the second floor. So I imagine that same kind of things on the other side. And it's just like, outdoor walking in hotel room. That was employees housing. Oh, yeah. I mean, they might not have real good water for a long time, like a long time. Anyway, Lee, I hope you're safe. I hope you're doing okay, because I haven't heard nothing from him since he told me that he was going to be iffy. He was going to get to go on. How guys, how I like TikTok. Have you seen the TikTok with the? It's like this little redneck guy, and at the end he says, and that's end of your TED Talk or whatever. Anyway, he's talking about when the sky starts, and it got me rolling. But TikTok, I kind of enjoy TikTok. Hey, yo, cheetah. What's up? I'm trying to make a steak, and I know you a big meat eater. Yeah, bro. Anyway, that's a new series of videos that I've been watching. It's a puppet, and he's the cheetah, and this funky kid keeps asking questions in song. I like it. Yeah, I was planning on talking to Lee about his trip so far, what he's been up to. He's got his whole family with him. If he's been able to see Top Gun Maverick yet, because I went and watched that. I've seen that, and I've seen Jurassic World or whatever it's called. And both are pretty good, but I'm going to tell you right now that Top Gun, my favorite movie ever made. Ever made. I don't know if I can say that. It was good. It was my favorite. I don't even know if it was my favorite Tom Cruise movie. It was a great movie. Like, I cried in it. Oil Fire Whiskey shot for that. Yeah, it was a really, really good movie. You guys need to check it out if you haven't already. Um, Lee's not here. We're probably going to call the show a little earlier tonight. Let me go over some of my notes and make sure I've hit most of the things that I wanted to. Park closed. Yep. 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 Looks like we've gone over pretty much everything on here. Want to give a big shout out to our sponsors. I'm inevitably going to miss one, but Chad with Overland Addict, um, Ryan and Levi with the Overland Essentials, Opus Trailers, Red Arc. We talk to those guys quite a bit. Lee, in fact, runs around with the Opus stuff all the time. That's what he's doing right now, and he's going to drive the Opus 15, the OP15. It's the big hard-sided one, so not the one that has the inflatable walls and ceiling. It's all hard-sided. So, what's this? Oh, have you all had a show in the last 2 weeks? Yeah, I went on last week. I didn't go on the week before because I had the COVID, but I went on last week with Ashley. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Ashley has a show coming up tomorrow with Chelsea at Trail Haunter, because it's not Hunter, Haunter, Trail Haunter. Kind of makes I don't know about that name. But yeah, has her on. So looks like that's going to be good. In fact, let's do this. Yep, check her show out tomorrow, Wednesday, of course, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Get in the chat, talk, make comments, do all the things, and give her your support. She also has what is it, Okie Girl _Overland, I think, on Instagram. So you'll need to check that out. Yep, it is available on YouTube, or you can go to overlandradio.com. I actually even have that one on All Over Overland's YouTube page. So, you can go check that out there. As always, on here, leave a like, share it for me. Forgot to mention that at the beginning because I'm an idiot and I don't think of things. But if you guys would do me the favor and share this with groups that you like, groups that you think this would be good information, that they could get some value out of it, share it. Tell your friends if they're going to Yellowstone. Hey, they talked about it for a minute and it's just some guy's stupid opinion, but it's what it is. And you have fun and you drink whiskey and all that kind of stuff. But the Instagram. So Overland Radio, All Over Overland, and Okie Girl _Overland. I hope I say that right. Go check out all of our Instagrams. We have YouTube channels. I have 2 TikTok accounts. One of them I can't get in, and one I can. So the one with the least amount of followers is probably the one that I'm currently on, because that's the way that works. Yep, Chad, have a good weekend. Everybody else out the weekend, it's Tuesday. Oh, he said week. I added the end on it. Have a good week. He's exactly right. You guys have a good week. Do what you do, and whatever you do,